This is Shaun Sport in podcast form.
Nat Fyfe yesterday announced that he was stepping down as the captain of the Dockers. There had been a lot of talk and probably outside pressures to almost get him to...
Well, and some people are suggesting there was in-house pressure as well.
I wouldn't have thought so.
No.
He's proven too much. He's a dual Brownlow medalist. He can do what he wants. He's still the leader of the club.
Yeah.
I do believe he's a great leader. He's been the best player in the competition.
Yeah.
And it's a difficult decision for him or anyone to be able to step aside
I
and
guess he
do
was
that.
out so much last year with injury. That must have impacted it.
And also,
it's hard to be the captain if you're not there.
Because of Australia, we're conditioned for people in charge to just die on the job like the Queen. So I feel like, and I say this when Ian Thorpe retired too, I feel like Fyfe shouldn't have gone anywhere, and I feel like it's up to us to tell him when he can go.
Yeah, I agree with that, Nath. He's still got a lot of miles left in the legs if he can get his body right. He looks fit as a fiddle at the moment, but he did say in a press conference yesterday that it was a big decision.
From the moment I took the role as captain of this club, it was my dream to be the first premiership captain of Fremantle, and that was a role I took really strong responsibility in. Giving up that dream was quite a difficult decision to come to.
Oh, Shaun, you had to give it that dream too, didn't you?
I was forced to.
So it's every Fremantle captain. To be fair, though, stepping down as captain did wonders for David Mundy's career. Like, he went on to play so many more games and was brilliant. Brilliant.
Yeah,
unbridled with the responsibility of being captain. Because what extra responsibility does captain give you?
Oh, everything.
Talk to me.
You've got to go to
meetings,
sponsors, list management.
Oh, walk away,
stuff
Fyfe.
with the CEO, stuff with the coach, obviously on a regular basis.
Media obligation.
But you get benefits too, don't you? Get better parking.
Yes, Pav always had the best parking spot when we originally moved. So he
was
got
that
the value
because of his
for that
thighs or because he was captain?
Yeah, his big thighs.
And also, you're the captain as well, so you're very marketable. So you probably get a lot more advertising and sponsorship opportunities than other players.
Well, you do, but I don't know if that.
We wouldn't have hired you if you hadn't been captain.
Oh, no way, Shaun, not in a million years.
We said, we'll only take one if he was captain of something.
Who's this monkey-faced idiot? He can keep walking, I would have said.
I think Nat Fyfe has got a lot to give and a lot to give to the Fremantle Football Club in his footy days. And when he had to make the decision, because Fremantle are on a serious curve and they're in a position where over the next however many years they're going to be very successful.
So the next
it would
captain
be very
could be the
difficult.
premiership captain.
And then you're sitting back and watching, if it's Andrew Brayshaw, Caleb Sarong or Alex Pearce captain this team, and you've just given over the reins.
You've given us your short list. Give us who's going to do it.
Well, they're the three, and I'm not
what
sure.
What do you think?
I think they might go dual captaincy.
Co-captain.
Yeah.
So leave one of them out.
Yeah, I do.
Which one do you think they'd leave out?
I think Alex Pearce did an amazing job. He keeps getting overlooked at the moment in conversation, but I think he's done an amazing job. I'd probably go with him and Andy Brayshaw.
Yeah.
I don't know. You know what? This whole, perhaps next year they could be the premiership team. Like, how will he ever sleep again, Shaun? Being happy. Fyfe.
I mean, he'll have a premiership medal.
No,
so that'll
I
help.
get that.
Yeah.
But it's something to be the captain.
That was his dream, yeah.
That was his dream.
Then just to let go just beforehand.
Yeah.
And
it would be very funny if it happens.
I'm sure he'll be laughing.
She's a very big if.
Well done to Nat Fyfe in his time at the Dockers.
Yep, for sure. I mean, he's still there.
He's got years
so
to give. Time to catch up with our Perth Wildcat, Mitch Norton. Of course, the Cats scraped through to the finals, and they're playing the play-in game tomorrow against the Phoenix.
3:30 our time.
3:30. Put it in your calendar. Mitch Norton, how are you, brother?
Good, guys. How are we doing?
Oh, I don't know, mate. You know what? I'm surprised it's legal for you to play with two giant calves on that court. I didn't know that animals were allowed.
Two at a time.
Yeah, I know. They've requested for me to wear long skins to cover them up, but I refuse.
Well, it's so distracting to the people at home watching and to the people
Mitch,
there.
how fresh are you this morning after the big awards night last night? Saw you guys all suited up.
Yeah, no, we're feeling good. There were definitely some other teams that probably took advantage of the free drinks a little more than us.
Yes.
But, it was a really cool night to be a part of. Some awards probably didn't go the way we were hoping, but that's all a part of it.
Mitch, you're a young professional man. Talk to me about your suit. Do you pop down to Ferrari formal wear or do you own one?
I own one.
And what brand are we wearing? What are we wearing?
I think it's from, Roger David. So
Roger.
Quite old.
It looked like you all had the same one. Is that accurate?
No, we all got different suits.
Okay.
But same tie.
Same tie.
Yeah.
Roger David,
Roger
you
David.
say?
Yeah, what a
Wildcat
classic.
red.
Yes, of course.
It is a classic for the blokes who go along to all these
Yes.
things because it's just the black and white
Yeah,
suit.
just a
So,
black
so
suit, yeah.
just the one Roger David suit, Mitch?
For me,
Yeah.
just the one. Yeah, I've had it for about 6 years.
Why
so,
would you need more?
Because you can change the tie.
Right?
Yeah, that's
And it's a
right.
new suit.
And
You're
it's
right.
changed
And
the
Roger
shirt.
David's done such great work.
That's
Roger
right.
David oversees every stitch.
Now, Mitch, what an important game we're going to be seeing you guys
Another
play
one.
in. Now, the thing is, obviously, making the finals, the coach, John Rillie, has been going about an offensive game, which hasn't probably suited you to be able to get on court for the minutes you'd probably be looking for. Finals is a different game altogether, so you expect him to play or get out there more often than not?
Yeah, I'm not too sure. I'm ready for, I guess, whatever's thrown my way. As you said, playoffs is probably a little different to what we've seen in the past in the regular season. So, if my name gets called, I'll be straight off the bench and up to sub in. But at the end of the day, we're all about getting wins and whatever's getting the job done. As we saw on the weekend, we just scraped by. It was a very, very intense, probably last whole game, really.
Yeah.
We had to win by 11, and it was 8, and so it was on the bench. On the bench, I was trying to do my maths, and
It's a lot.
I was struggling. Every bucket, I was like, "Oh no, we're up! Oh no, we're down." So it was very, very intense.
It was a roller coaster.
I'm glad we just scraped by. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, no doubt about it. Bryce played terrible on the weekend in terms of shooting.
So
I know
Sean
everyone
wants to know,
talks
can you tell him for him?
There's no way Bryce is going to have 2 bad games in a row. It's just not his style, is it, Mitch?
No, but Mitch,
No, I've never seen it.
No.
I was thinking, have you been in a moment where, like, he was 2 for 20?
Yeah.
Have you been in a moment where those things... I mean, I've done that plenty of times in footy, but have you been in a moment where you just can't get anywhere near it?
I have, yeah. I've done that a fair bit. I've seen Bryce do it a couple of times too. And the good thing about that is it doesn't last long. So I can't wait for him to gear up and get out there tomorrow because I think it's going to be a completely different story.
Yeah.
They look to shut him down, though. Who's the guy that they play on him all the time? The guard.
For South East Melbourne.
Yes.
I think his name's Roger
Yeah.
David.
They try and wear him like a cheap suit, that's for sure.
Hey!
Gags,
No, they-
Norton.
You're
They
sharp.
do a great job of throwing a number of bodies at him.
Yeah.
And people off the ball as well will run at him. So, for us, it is making sure we do share the ball.
Yeah, that's right. That's
and
just
when
an
your number's
opportunity,
called-
isn't it, then, for
Yeah. I think
Tayshaun and the
it's-
Websters?
When everyone's scoring, that's when we're at our best and
Yeah.
probably our most dangerous to lock in and try and stop.
Last question for you, just quickly. LeBron James is playing today and needs 36 points to be the all-time leading NBA scorer.
Got any advice for him?
Do you guys buy into that as much as the general public?
I was actually sitting in the fun bus just before, and Kyle Zunick mentioned it to me.
Yeah.
So it's something that we'll follow pretty closely because, as we've heard, the tickets for those games have been quite expensive to get your hands on. So it's something that we'll follow and look forward to seeing. I'm not sure if he'll get it today, but we'll see.
Right.
All right, Mitch.
Good luck tomorrow,
mate.
Mitch.
We'll be
you,
rooting
Mitch.
for you. Well, me and Natalie will.
I'm single, so I won't be. So,
Thanks a lot, guys.
We haven't yet got over the fact that the Perth Scorchers dominated on Saturday night. It's been absolutely
Well-
great. We talked about Cooper Connolly a lot,
Yeah.
Nat, actually.
Yeah, but what about the man that hit the winning run?
Well, we kept saying this. Nick Hobson has joined us now. He's just busting out the abacus because he is an accountant. Good day, Nick.
Hey, guys. How you going?
You back at work yet, Nick, or what?
Got the week off, so
Nice.
don't really know what to do with myself back this week. But, maybe let it all settle down and we'll head in on Monday, I think.
Hey, Nick, we spoke to Mitch Norton earlier on, and he said he was sitting there trying to work out, how many goals they'd had and all that sort of stuff.
For the Wildcats to
the
get over the
Wildcats.
line, yeah.
Yes.
But you never have a problem with scores, do you? You're pretty good with numbers.
You think so, but then I think we needed 38 off
whatever it was, the last few overs, and I think that just works out to you got to swing hard. So
Yeah. Well, no, you got the equation right.
Which is what he does at his accountancy firm, isn't it?
Yeah,
Swing hard for your clients.
That's right. Although the obvious elephant in the room is the awful run out. How was that in the moment for you? I know that AT did say some nice words to you immediately after that happened and really encouraged you to go on and take the bull by the horns. But how was your stomach when that happened? That must have been horrendous.
Yeah, it was not the best feeling at all. I think it's been well publicised. AT had some nice words to me afterwards, but I thought we'd all got over it. But actually, there's a phrase in cricket when you run someone out that you barbecue someone.
Yeah.
And, so yesterday I went to my local coffee shop and I texted in an order and said, a flat white for Nick. And I go down and pick it up and usually it says Nick on the top of the coffee cup, and I get there and it just says barbecue.
Ouch. Ouch.
That's very good. Hey, Nick, with that, when we're watching the last couple of days, it was all about Cooper.
Yes.
He hit some runs. But again, were you just sitting back going, hang on, mate, I hit a 6 and a 4 to be able to wrap this thing up?
You had a better strike rate than he did.
Yeah, but I don't have that blonde mullet.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
That's the difference. He is 19 as well, but no, it was so good. I was wrapped for the kid. He's so impressive. To be fair, it was the second time he's ever batted, and
I know.
To do that was unbelievable. The whole place was shaking when he was hitting those sixes. So.
I was there, and it was the crowd went bonkers. It was amazing watching both of you really hit out strongly. It was incredible to be a part of.
Hey, Nick,
it was great.
I want to talk about the realities because we don't speak to many professional sports people that actually have a job as well. What is that like?
Yeah, it's pretty different, to be honest. Cricket's a bit of a different sport. So my Big Bash contract is essentially only for December and January, and then got to fill in 10 months of the year. So I've got a real job outside. A lot of the rest of the blokes have what's called a state contract, so they play for WA, but that's not me. So
what do you have to do to get a game for WA?
Who do you play for locally then, Nick?
There's these few blokes going back like Shaun Marsh and Marcus McManus and all these blokes play for Australia, so it's tough going, to be honest. But you just got to be patient, and I need about 3 or 4 hamstrings to go in a game next week.
You've done the maths on that.
Yeah, he's got the numbers down.
Is there anyone else who has a job in the team, like a full-time job like you do?
No, there's no one else. There's a couple over in who play the other franchises. I reckon there might be, on average, one in each Big Bash team. So I'm not completely alone, but it's definitely unique in our side, particularly when you're sitting on the bus on the way to work in the morning. It's a little bit different to some of the blokes.
Nick, that is so good. And being an accountant, Nick, because it seems so boring, let's be honest.
It so does.
I think everybody says it.
Yeah, I mean, how exciting that he has this.
Yes.
Like the Scorchers,
amazing. Something
amazingly exciting to balance out the
distract,
boringness of Nick.
Is it boring, Nick?
Well, we always have a joke that at work, that when you're in a social situation and someone says, what do you do for work? You say, you're an accountant. That's usually the end of the conversation. So I'm surprised how many people have gone back to it. But no, I actually reckon I do one of the more exciting ones. I do insolvency accounting, which is basically when companies go under. Yep. So it's a little bit more unpredictable, a fair bit happening. So a little bit like, I guess, a T20 cricket game.
Yep.
Yeah. When you're doing your tax return, so you're allowed to claim any cricket gear? Like, what's the deal?
Yeah, I can pay.
Yeah, because he's paying.
Because it's his job. Because he gets paid for it.
Because it's his job.
Yeah.
Oh,
have you got anything off the top of your head that we could claim that we're probably overlooking, Nick, just while you're at it?
He's not a tax accountant.
Don't take my advice. Don't take my advice.
He knows.
That's right. If you go insolvent, though, he's got you covered.
Okay. That's just around the corner, Nick.
Nick, were you turning up to training, like, straight from work wearing your suit?
Sometimes. Yeah. People say full time. I got to disclose it's kind of 4 days a week. So one day a week I'll try and train with the guys at the Wacker, and then outside of that I go to a few sessions after work. And the blokes reckon I've got it too good because, to be honest, I'm not the hardest working person in our firm. Yeah. So when I roll in with a suit on, they just say that I go to my dad's office and then rock up in a suit and give me a hard time. So.
Do you and your workmates, do you guys have pens in your top pocket? Because that's what I always think about accountants. They're just like they're just covered in pens.
Because you do it all with a pen and paper, right?
Yeah, I think those days might have passed. Yeah,
We're just trying to,
it's all good fun.
delve into your world.
Yeah, and going forward, Nick, you look to play for the Scorchers next season. I mean, there could be offers from other clubs to go to, and certainly play state cricket and over on the East Coast, perhaps.
Yeah, I signed a 2-year deal last year, so very thankful. So I've got another year definitely in Perth, and then never know, maybe some more cricket in WA or. There's 1,000,001 of these T20 leagues opening around the world, so everyone who plays cricket wants to play those. So, we'll wait and see what the next 12 months have in store, but it's actually a really exciting time to be a cricketer, and there's so much opportunity out there, and, we'll just have to wait and see what it holds.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. I really appreciate your time. I know you're flat out.
So good. You seized the moment. You didn't get a lot of opportunities to bat this season.
And we know who the real hero is.
But when you did, you really made it count. Thanks for talking to us, Hobbo.
Thanks a lot, guys.
Take care, mate.
Shaun Sport is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcast.com.au.